Welcome to part 15 of Spider-Man 2. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at one of Kraven's secret hideouts. These are optional endeavors, and I don't do all of these missions in the playthrough, but they do add a bit of backstory to Kraven. The first one of Kraven's blinds is going to be in the Harlem area. It's kind of a two-step process when it comes to these Kraven missions. First, you have to find a relay, usually accompanied by hunters guarding it. You beat up said guards and then you triangulate where the main base is. You could do it stealthily or about as blunt as a shotgun to the face.
You could use a break. The data I pulled from that base was right. This is a hunter blind. Maybe I can learn if there's another base nearby. Uh-oh. You don't look like you were expecting company.
Why, I screwed up there. So much for Assassin's Creed Spider-Man. This does require the player to take out all the bad guys, either by stealth or otherwise. And you could do these missions as Miles too, so these are not strictly gated to one character at a time. It's kind of like the Flint Marco stuff. These are dangerous though, as the hunters can be a bit relentless, and you also have helicopters shooting at you. So if you're Peter, or hell, even as Miles, you still gotta watch out because your health will drain rapidly if you're not dodging. In Spider-Man 2, the healing, even though it's pretty much kind of the same way as the first game where you have to press a button in order to heal, you need a full special bar in order to heal, which is the same special bar as your finishers. So now you have choices. You either finish off one goon, and that's one opponent down, but you don't heal, or you heal, but you don't have any finishers left, so you have to do things the arduous way. Which people have complained about the new healing system and the gadgets and stuff, but quite honestly, I like this system better than the first two games because at least it gives you limits. Like Spider-Man, or Spider-Men in the case of Miles Morales and the first game, they were kind of overpowered. It's good to see that they're not quite as overpowered in the sequel, but they can still get things done. Spider Assassin's done it again! Now that the hunters have been knocked out, we need to look for a vulture that is being prepped on.
Let's see if this thing really does have a bird brain. A map of a base. Think I can dig around to see what's waiting for me there. Disabling its relay won't let them call reinforcements. Good to know. 2 other blinds. You've been getting around.
2 more blinds to go before the main base. Now, there were missions like this in the prior Spider-Man games, but they were more simplified than this.
Have to search the other blinds in Harlem until I find out where the base is.
It's just a matter of infiltrating the base, clearing the area out, and then that's it for the area. And you can retry those missions in the previous games as many times as you like. In Spider-Man 2, not only are the infiltration missions more complex, but you cannot retry these to my knowledge. Well, not unless you start the game completely over, that is. I'm not sure if Insomniac actually patched that part in, like retrying these missions. There was actually a few things that was missing from this game at launch, like New Game Plus, a couple of costumes, and overall pretty glitchy too. Now, most of these things were fixed in later patches, thankfully, and even at launch, this game was nowhere near Jedi Survivor levels of tragedy. And I liked Jedi Survivor at launch, that's saying a lot. Hell, I still like Jedi Survivor. That is a great Star Wars game, but that's besides the point. I guess what I'm trying to say is that not every game is perfect. Hell, no game is perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect game at all. Even the top 10 best video games of all time have problems. Like Final Fantasy VI, for example. I know it's not a lot of people's favorite Final Fantasy, but it is mine. That game, especially on the SNES version, is definitely very unbalanced. I swear, you get certain equipment and items, you are practically unstoppable in that game. And the same thing goes for 7 too, but not quite as bad. And this guy is stuck in the wall. See what I mean about glitches? Now what I assume is supposed to happen is that slide door is supposed to open and then a whole bunch of hunters will come rushing out of it. but it's not doing it here. And he just popped out of the ceiling. Okay then. Whatever. Okay, random ragdoll physics.
Don't mind me, just having a look around. Can I find some basic knowledge on your base? Show me base info. Couple of webs should do the trick. No base location yet. Maybe at the next blind.
One more blind to go. We're gonna start this fiasco, but first, let me steal some of the stuff right here. And there's gonna be a spider bot right behind this chest too.
Now that's a sharp-dressed spider bot.
Anya Corazon spider bot. Oh wow. Anya Corazon, that's someone I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend like I know who that is, but that is a spider girl from one of the cartoons, I believe. Either Spectacular or Ultimate, I don't know. She may have also appeared in Across the Spider-Verse 2, but way in the background. She's no Penny Parker, that's for sure. I know more about Penny Parker than I do about Anya Corazon. Speaking of Penny Parker, her spider bot is in this game, and it's one of the few spider bots where the Spider-Man will comment something unique about it, so there's that. Probably because Penny Parker is anime, and she has a mecha. Like Evangelion. Or Evangelion. However you pronounce it. Evangelion, Neon Genesis. That show is weird. But it's also the good type of weird, too. Anyway, hopefully this game doesn't glitch. I say hopefully this game doesn't glitch anymore and this guy is ice skating. They deserve death from Spider Assassin. Anyway, where's the vulture
I
at?
knew there was some shady stuff happening on this rooftop. And you got a little info treat for me? Here in Harlem, right in Miles' backyard, the abandoned school. They passed the cool base location test.
A previous subject about giant robots got me thinking about a question. What's your favorite show based around a giant robot? Or giant robots? You may be thinking, oh, wait, that's just anime, right? Japanese anime? No, you also got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Transformers. Those are Western, and those have giant robots, so yeah, you could count those too. Even though technically Power Rangers is still Japanese in origin. You know what? Yeah, just count Power Rangers too.
Ready for your first day at Hunter High?
Don't worry. I'll teach them a lesson they won't soon forget.
Are you workshopping that, or...?
Hey, you signed up for this. What's the deal with this base?
Looks like the info we pulled from the blinds was right. They're upgrading all their vehicle weaponry here.
Time to put a stop to it.
It's good to know that Peter hasn't let go of his teacher persona. Spider Teach. Now, the first lesson of the day, how to avoid canon events. How to do that? Just screw with the timeline. It works for the Flash, I don't see why it wouldn't work for Spidey. Anyway, you do have base sub-objectives, which you don't necessarily have to do, but they do make the mission easier, especially disabling the comms. That is pretty much a must. Even if you don't do everything else, at least disable the comms.
Find the server panel and take out those turrets. 2 more turrets left.
Sabotaging the vehicle turrets is another sub-objective, which I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is. Is it supposed to be a distraction?
1 more turret to go.
Because to me, it seems like Spider-Man's being irresponsible in this situation, and one false move will turn you into that guy from RoboCop. It's quite a brutal way to go, too. RoboCop is one of the most graphic R-rated films I've ever seen, by the way. RoboCop 2 was even more gruesome, if you can believe it or not. RoboCop 3 was, I think it was PG-13. They downgraded the violence in RoboCop 3 by a lot. And the less said about the 2014 remake, the better. At least Rogue City was good. Rogue City was fantastic, actually. I was genuinely surprised at how good that game is.
Don't worry.
And yes, I may have a bias towards RoboCop as a character, but still a very good first-person shooter. At least it's not Call of Duty 1000 for the 10th time. But yeah, there should be more games like Rogue City that are just different and not the same formula all the time. Anyway, I woke up the base, and I don't think I've turned off the comm, so they're just gonna keep coming. They do stop eventually, but they got massive, massive hordes. And big guys. Big guys with axes. And the big guys with axes are pretty annoying because they're damage sponges. They take a lot of abuse, and it doesn't help that there are other gunners and hunters in the area too. There is a way you could stealthily do this, but I'm not good enough at stealth in this game. This ain't your brother's Batman stealth, this is Spider-Man stealth. And Spider-Man's a pretty loud character as it is. Get all these guys airborne. That's what you want. You want all these guys in the air so they can't control themselves. Especially the big brute with the axe. I want to keep away from the brute too, because he's just gonna block all my normal attacks. Is it me, or do the outfits the hunters have on look kind of like Wolverine's outfit from Deadpool and Wolverine? I don't know, it's kind of a similar style except way more bland colored. And yes, I did see Deadpool and Wolverine yesterday. Good movie, watch it. Watch it now. Actually no, watch it after this video. Get the gunmen. The gunners are the most annoying people on the map. And so's the brute, since he could just jump across the screen like that. I should have brought Miles in on this one.
More of you? Who hit the reinforcements button?
I think I hit that button by mistake. Sorry about that. But yeah, as you can see, a whole bunch of enemies here. It will be significantly less if you destroy the communication system, which I failed to do. The next time I'm gonna do one of these is gonna be Miles at the helm. At least he can camouflage himself on command. And he also has... Oh, please stick to the wall. He also has electricity. Makes me wonder who the third Spider-Man's gonna be in Spider-Man 3. It has to be Ben Reilly. Come on, it has to be Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly or bust. We can't do Miguel O'Hara because present day. And we also can't do anybody else for that matter. So Insomniac's either gonna write Ben Reilly in or... Oh, Gwen Stacy. She hasn't appeared yet. Maybe it's Gwen Stacy. I don't know, I'm just speculating. Beat your ass down. And you know what? I'm just gonna drop this whole thing of pipes on you. Damn, if that hunter is not dead, then color me shocker. And that's not the last guy. Hate it when the game spawns somebody on the opposite side of the playing field. Can you do me a favor and buzz off like the fly you are?
That base data you got from the blinds shows another room here. Maybe it's got some intel about the hunters we can use?
Jackpot. Okay. There's an encrypted file.
Sasha, give up this obsession. Come home to me while we still have time left.
Our time is over, my love.
And your children? They will draw blood for control of our empire.
The Cubs must earn their place, like anyone else.
They will see me as an obstacle.
Then you must strike first.
Raven and Stanley? They sound... cool. Could be trouble down the line.
We should keep clearing out all these bases then, in case they come to visit.
That's gonna do it for part 15 of Spider-Man 2. Stay tuned for part 16. See you then.